Well, I came to Canada in the end of June 1958. And the reason for choosing Canada for postgraduate studies, as I decided, I graduated in 1950 from medical school in Istanbul, and in spite of the fact that I was fluent in 4 languages, Turkish, Arabic, French, and English, I declined from going to specialty. I wanted to be a general practitioner and help the poor, needy people. I ended up in southern part of Turkey, where we call it Mesopotamia, Urfa, in a small place there. I practiced there for 5 years. But then I discovered that my knowledge of medicine are dwindling, and practice is really not very good, and I didn't have access to hospitals. I didn't have really access to consultants. So I decided to come to Istanbul and specialize in general surgery. And when I came to Istanbul, the University Hospital, I discovered to my dismay that the professors were just busy just making money, and the others were just everybody taking care of himself, and there was really no knowledge, no human rights, actually, no respect. I rebelled. I said, well, I'm leaving now. And my friends who were in the United States, they said, you are crazy, you're wasting your talent, your time. So I applied to the United States and to Canada as well. And I received, of course, few acceptances from both sides, but I decided to come to Canada, to Kingston. That was because of 56, Lester Pearson. He was then, I believe, the ambassador to the United Nations or the External Affairs Minister. And during the Suez War, when the French and English and the British and Israel attacked Nasser, attacked Egypt because he nationalized the Suez Canal. But Lester Pearson, a courageous man, really, who was a real democratic person, he resented it and spoke to Eisenhower, who was president at the time, and they brought a motion to the United Nations, and they stopped the British, French, and Israelis from their aggression and retreated. So I had utmost admiration for the man, and on the side, of course, I knew that Canada is a bilingual country with French and English. So I applied, and I was accepted. I came to Kingston. And of course, I was received very well when I came to Hotel du Hospital in Kingston, and it was run by the nuns. Of course, there were 2 last year senior students, medical school, that were Canadian, wonderful people. The nun ordered them, well, take the bags from Dr. Sahin, take him to his room. That was something. And then, of course, they treated me extremely well, to such an extent they gave me one room there. It was close to the window, close to the ceiling. I had claustrophobia. I asked for a bigger room looking over the garden. Right away, they complied. And then, of course, I was eating there, of course, at the cafeteria, because I left my wife and 3 daughters in Turkey. And actually, I received really great respect. I was working hard, but it was appreciated. And then, of course, one day, the sister in charge of the cafeteria, she came to me and said, Dr. Sahin, it's been noticed that sometimes you don't eat, and sometimes you ask about the food. Is there any special diet you're following, or what's your problem? He said, well, nothing really, just I'm a Muslim. I don't eat pork and pork products. I said, well, don't you tell us? So right away, they ordered at the cafeteria, responsible cafeteria, Dr. Sahin doesn't eat pork, doesn't like certain things. If he doesn't like it, find something else for him. That was something special. And the interesting part, one evening I was going by the cafeteria there, and I didn't like the food as it was, a bit old something, and went by, and the woman who's in charge of the cafeteria came running after me. Dr. Sahin, we didn't like the food, let's get you something. Well, I said, no problem. I could have some, a glass of milk and a piece of toast, sir. No, I have to give you something. So, I know you like turkey, I know you like fried eggs. I know. Well, Father insisted so much, really, I felt embarrassed. Okay, fine, give me some cold turkey. The Canadian born, of course, doctor, he was a resident there, an intern, was behind me, said, well, Bertha, will you give me the same thing from Dr. Sahin? And to my surprise, Bertha said, no, I can't give you. What do you mean? He said, well, I have special orders for Dr. Sahin, nobody else. Now, see how much really they took care of me. And then when Ramadan came, of course, they noticed that Dr. Sahin is not coming for breakfast, he's not in for lunch. And I said to him, what's going on? Well, I said, well, I'm fasting. This is the month of Ramadan. We don't eat or drink during Ramadan. He said, the whole month you stay hungry? As you would say, no. I said, just I have iftar and sahur. I explained to them. We eat just after sunset and before dawn. And she said, why didn't you tell us? So an order was issued for the cafeteria to produce iftar and sahur for Dr. Sahin. Now that was really, I couldn't ask for better treatment. I have to admit that I didn't get the same treatment in residential school or in hospital in Turkey.